After discussing about all the troubles that we had staying home during COVID-19, right now I want you to think about what life would be like. And more specifically, how different this college learning experience would be if Corona didn't exist. Well, let's see where we're at right now. The US currently has 11.3 million cases and counting. The masks are now daily essentials, and the impact that COVID-19 has had on the school system is unimaginable due to the fact that most college students right now are transitioning from the traditional face-to-face experience to one that is completely remote. The expectations that we had during before going into college created an initial shock to this online world. Sana Ali, one of the well-being officers at the University of Leicester, stated that this 2020 to 2021 academic school year will be a very different experience. I had the clear expectation that I would be walking around on campus, surrounding myself with hundreds of other classmates, paying attention to one teacher in the middle. Now, because of all these social distancing rules that have been in effect, according to the Texas Tribune, Texas A&M, in order to comply with these rules, have limited their classrooms to 33% to 40% capacity. Now, this means that more than 60% of students are remaining in their homes and following along this online learning route. Now, the problem arises when students are in the comfort of their own home, many distractions arise. In me personally, in many instances during online lectures, I get distracted by the simple things like a notification on my phone or the apps on my computer like YouTube or Instagram. Along with the distractions, the environment that online learning supports isn't at all the greatest either. Because A&M wanted to help better support online learning, according to Texas Tribune, they also said that Texas A&M had a widespread installation of cameras, microphones, and other equipment. However, most colleges currently use an online software tool known as Zoom. But Zoom, even though it has tools such as the share screen option where students can see the teacher's screen, the chat box, and the raise your hand option, this cannot compare at all to the regular face-to-face experience where you can see your teacher and hear your teacher with your own senses. Now, because not many students have their webcams on, it is hard to tell whether students are engaged or not. So it can be assumed that students might not be fully focused on the class and participation might be close to zero because due to the nature of the learning through a computer screen. Now, with staying home and learning through online, you would need the proper technology to be able to do all this, ranging from the laptop device to the microphone to the camera. You need all these things to be able to be successful at learning during this age. But the problem is that most students are unfamiliar and unknowing, unprepared for these new online software tools that we haven't been used to before. And the fact is that all online assignments, quizzes, and tests are all on websites like eCampus, Canvas, and Blackboard, but most students haven't used those before. And my personal experience with these online softwares is that I was lost and couldn't find all my assignments, and it has affected me to this day as I'm still struggling to keep up and catch up with all my assignments. One of the quotes from Campanile from Joe Moses, he states that with both the technological difficulties and the distractions in the home, it makes online learning next to impossible. Now, hearing all this, there are a few solutions that come into mind. Texas A&M, though it is their second semester doing online, needs to learn from the previous semesters from students and staff their feedback. And this will help create a conversation that will solve these online learning issues in a positive and productive manner. What Texas A&M did well in the spring 2020 semester was that they offered students the pass-fail system. And I feel that for right now, students should be able to have the opportunity to have that as well for the coming semesters. I don't think that right now is the right time to gauge students based on their grades based off this online learning experience. And I believe that we should be able to all step in together and realize that we're all in this together, and that students are still trying to get used to this new system. Now, with moving online, Texas A&M needs to realize that students are not familiar with these new types of technologies and online software tools, and that they should be more flexible and give students another chance to try to be better at it. And I feel that as time goes on, that will happen. Now, with all this school going online and people social distancing and quarantining at home, that raises the question, why are students still paying the same tuition rates? Now, Catherine will talk to you about the financial struggles of students that they face in COVID-19. Thank you. These are my slides.